What would you do if one morning your favorite Bluebird app, or should I say X, was gone? No more memes, no more endless scrolls of tweets, no more Elon-isms popping up in your feed. It sounds like a nightmare, right? Well, for folks in some parts of the world, this isn't a hypothetical situation. It's a reality. Today, we're diving into the top 6 countries where Twitter has been suspended, blocked, or tightly restricted. Get ready for some wild stories, clever workarounds, and a few laughs along the way. But before we jump in, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on these global deep dives with a sprinkle of humor. And hey, drop a comment below because who knows? One day, commenting might be all we have left. China, the Great Firewall, and its funny business. Let's kick things off with the heavyweight champion of internet censorship, China. You've heard of the Great Wall of China, but let me introduce you to its digital cousin, the Great Firewall. This bad boy blocks more than just spam. It's got Twitter on lockdown, tighter than your childhood diary. In China, Twitter isn't just blocked. It's practically a legend. If you talk about Twitter, you might as well be talking about unicorns or Bigfoot. Now, what's it like living behind this digital wall? Well, for starters, if you want to tweet, you'll need a VPN. But here's the catch. VPNs are about as legal in China as setting off fireworks in your living room. For those who risk it, the VPN is their golden ticket to the world of tweets, memes, and Elon's musings. But for most, the Twitter itch is scratched by Weibo, China's answer to Twitter. It's like Twitter, but with a lot more censorship and a lot less fun. Imagine posting a tweet, only to have it vanish like your favorite sock in the laundry, gone without a trace. But hey, on the bright side, at least you won't get into a Twitter war with a stranger. Or will you? Even Weibo has its own set of feuds, only this time Big Brother is watching closely. Iran, no tweets for you! But the supreme leader's in. Next, let's jet over to Iran, where Twitter's been banned since 2009. Picture this. It's post-election season, people are upset, protests are breaking out, and the government's like, you know what, let's just cut off their Twitter. And just like that, Twitter went the way of dial-up internet, completely inaccessible. But here's where things get interesting. While the average Iranian needs to pull off a Mission Impossible level hack just to tweet, the country's top brass, including the supreme leader himself, are out there tweeting like it's going out of style. Talk about a double standard. It's like being told you can't have any cake, but then watching someone eat an entire slice in front of you. Of course, the everyday Iranians didn't take this lying down. They got creative. VPNs, proxies, you name it, they're using it. The result? A thriving underground Twitter scene where people are sharing everything from political opinions to pictures of their cats. But it's not all fun and games. There's a constant cat and mouse game with the authorities. You post something too spicy, and boom, your account's gone faster than you can say tweet. So, while Twitter might be officially banned, the Iranian spirit of resistance keeps the platform alive and kicking, just out of sight. North Korea Twitter? What's that? No, seriously, what is it? Now let's take a trip to a place where Twitter doesn't just not exist, it's never existed. Yep, I'm talking about North Korea. Imagine living in a country where the closest thing to the internet is a state-controlled intranet filled with Kim Jong-un fan pages and government-approved content. Sounds fun, right? No? Thought so. For the average North Korean, social media is as mythical as dragons or friendly customer service reps. The government controls every bit of communication, and when it comes to the internet, they're like that overprotective parent who thinks Wi-Fi is some sort of dark magic. Most people don't even know what Twitter is, let alone how to use it. And if you somehow manage to access it, let's be real, you'd probably end up in a situation that makes grounded for life sound like a vacation. But hey, let's say you're one of the select few in the government with access to the real internet. Even then, what's the point? You can't tweet about your day because, well, that could land you in hot water. The only hashtag trending in North Korea is #whatever the government says. So while the rest of us are out here worrying about our follower count, North Koreans are living in a world where tweeting isn't just a bad idea, it's literally impossible. Next, let's talk about Turkey, a country where Twitter is in a complicated relationship with the government. Picture this. It's 2014 and some embarrassing recordings leak online. The government's response? Block Twitter. Yep, Turkey went on a Twitter detox, but not because of too much screen time, because too many people were talking about things the government didn't want to hear. But Turkey's love-hate relationship with Twitter didn't stop there. Over the years, Twitter has been blocked more times than that one ex you keep unblocking. No judgment. Whenever there's a protest, a scandal, or just a bit too much public dissent, the government hits that block button faster than you can tweet. Uh-oh, not again. And what do Turkish citizens do? They get creative, of course. VPNs, alternative platforms, even old-school word of mouth. If there's a will, there's a way. Despite the government's best efforts, people find ways to keep the conversation going. After all, Twitter is more than just a place to vent. It's a tool for activism and organizing protests. In Turkey, a tweet can be more than just a tweet. It can be a statement, a call to action, or even a risk. Now, let's take a trip back in time to 2011 during the Arab Spring, a time when Twitter wasn't just a social media platform, it was a catalyst for change. In Egypt, Twitter played a crucial role in organizing protests against the regime of Hosni Mubarak. The government, not thrilled with the idea of people organizing against them, decided to take drastic action. They shut down the entire internet. Yep, you heard that right. The entire country went offline like it was the 90s and someone picked up the phone while you were trying to browse the web. For several days, Egypt was plunged into a digital blackout. No tweets, no Facebook posts, no internet memes to keep the spirits up. But instead of stopping the protests, the blackout only fueled them. People found other ways to communicate, from graffiti to landlines. It was like going back to the analog days, only with a lot more passion and purpose. When the internet was eventually restored, Twitter came back to life, and with it, the voices of millions of Egyptians. But the government learned its lesson, sort of. These days, Twitter isn't officially banned in Egypt, but it's closely monitored. Tweet the wrong thing, and you might find yourself in hot water. So while the platform remains a crucial space for free expression, it's also a bit like walking a tightrope. You've got to watch your step. Finally, we've got the newest member of this exclusive club, Brazil. Now, if you thought the other countries on this list had drama, just wait until you hear about Brazil. It all started when the Brazilian Supreme Court, led by the ever-dramatic Judge Alexandre de Moraes, ordered Elon Musk to appoint a legal representative for Twitter in Brazil. Musk, being Musk, wasn't exactly thrilled with the idea. He accused the court of trying to stifle free speech and refused to comply. The court's response? A big old fine, we'll just suspend the platform. And just like that, the Bluebird, or X, was facing the possibility of being clipped in Brazil. Brazilian Twitter users? They freaked out, and rightly so. They started downloading VPNs faster than you can say tweet, bracing for the day when Twitter might just disappear. And there you have it, 6 countries where Twitter isn't just another app, but a battleground for free speech, political power, and sometimes a little bit of chaos. From the digital dungeons of North Korea to the legal showdowns in Brazil, these stories remind us that the simple act of tweeting can be more than just sharing a random thought. It can be an act of defiance, a tool for change, or even a reason to fear. So the next time you're firing off that witty tweet or scrolling through your feed, take a moment to appreciate the freedom you have to do so. Because in some places, a tweet isn't just a tweet, it's a luxury, a risk, or even a crime. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think about these bans? Is Twitter really worth all the fuss, or could we live without it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below while you still can. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Who knows what's going to happen next in the world of Twitter, or X? Stay connected, stay informed, and most importantly, stay tweeting wherever and however you can.